On Irrigation Way. He's waiting for you.
Albert's approach to selling new and used cars is do the right thing, good cars and good service. There's one locally owned Datsun 180B GL sedan with logbooks, radio tyres is in immaculate condition and the full price is just $1,690, JA8704. Take a look at this Corolla SE automatic sedan. KGP 753 features radial tyres, protection strip for the full price of $4,490. Tory Toyota, Chong Avenue, Leeton. Call for good used cars and good sales service.
Brought to you with the compliments of the Honda and Motorcycle Centres.
Time's flying, and it's certainly not too soon to start putting away lay-bys for Christmas. And the Griffith Motorcycle Centre have 10-speed racing bikes from $139 and children's bikes from $95. Don't hesitate. It's later than you think. Lay-by for Christmas now at the Griffith Motorcycle Centre.
Well, good evening. Welcome to this week's edition of Sports Spotlight. Firstly, we turn our focus on soccer. Junior soccer, and the Griffith East United under-14 team will play Queen's Park, a team of Sydney, at the ex-Urslands Oval at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. And this, of course, after their two good wins in Sydney, gives them a great chance of taking out the champion of champion elimination series. The under-14's East Griffith United side has certainly done well. We wish them luck in Sunday's game. Just a reminder to viewers and to sportsmen alike of the Sportsman of the Year Award, 2RG East Griffith Sportsman of the Year Award, being held on October the 13th, and captain coach of the area park, Marul's side, who will be battling out the premiership decider in the first in South West League on Sunday.
Sports Spotlight this weekend, grand final time in South West League football, and with me at the moment I've got one of the fellas that will be participating there on Sunday at the Narandra Sports Ground, Mark Newton. You've seen him on before, and congratulations on your big effort last week, my boy.
Thanks, Bob. It was about time, though, I think.
Well, you know, they put you down for 12 goals, but there could have been a couple more there. You missed a couple of easy ones. I thought you could have got 15 goals on the day.
Oh, I was happy enough with 12. Let's not get too greedy. Save the other 3 for next week, on top of what we get anyway.
Well, if you could kick that many again on Sunday, you'd be pretty happy because, you know, when we look at the final series, there's certainly been a heck of a lot of goals kicked, hasn't there, really, and throughout the series, and it's been great football. And this weekend, to see you blokes something like 27 points down at half-time last week against the Coolman side, they certainly robbed you of possession there in that first 50 minutes of football, and yet you've turned round and you showed them that you can reverse the trend of play. Tremendous football last weekend.
Yes, Bob, we've had a bit of a habit over the whole year of not starting very well. I think if you look back over the year, most of our main games, we've gone in at half-time 3, 4, 5, 6 goals down. And we've seemed to always finish on in the last half. But grand finals, you can't afford to do this. There's just no second chances. Everyone's got to give for the whole 4 quarters. And then we will be with a big chance.
Well, I noticed that the only game that I saw you play 4 quarters of football, and that was an excellent game, and that was the first round here against Griffith, if you recall. That was a great day of football.
But even then, we didn't play 4 quarters. As remember, we kicked, I think, something.
Narandra will put on a decent game. And don't forget, if you're not able to venture to the sports ground, we'd like to see you all there. Another record gate last week, 4,900 bickies. But if you can't, well, OK, stay tuned to 2RG on Sunday. Well, on the long weekend, they've got the Slazenger Championships here at the squash court, and with me at the moment, I've got Bob Campbell and also Robin Belford. We've got Brett Polkington out in the centre of the arena, and also the young chap's name again, Bob?
Andrew Romanella.
And, of course, you've got a mixture here on the weekend. You've got junior events as well as senior events and also...
7 o'clock on Monday, mate.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
So thanks very much to Bob Campbell and all Robin Belford for being on Sports Spotlight. Well, that's it for another week. Bye now, everyone. See you again next week.
Time's flying, and it's certainly not too soon to start putting away lay-bys for Christmas. And the Griffith Motorcycle Centre have 10-speed racing bikes from $139 and children's bikes from $95. Don't hesitate. It's later than you think. Lay-by for Christmas now at the Griffith Motorcycle Centre.
Griffith Honda and Motorcycle Centre, you have a Sports Spotlight and invite you to be watching at the same time next week.
532428, after hours 533182.
Arthur Choi is proud to announce the opening of the Wing Sing restaurant. Wing Sing translates to mean forever successful, and Arthur and his friendly staff will work towards that goal with delicious takeaway foods and a full Chinese and Australian menu in the dining room. They cater for parties and special functions, and you may book your function by phoning 625430. They open from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. p.m. 7 days a week, from 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. weekdays, 5 to 11:30 Saturdays, and 5 to 9:30 Sundays.
The Rotary and the Rotaract Club of Yenda are again conducting their annual monster machinery, farm machinery and furniture auction. Bigger, brighter and better than ever. The auction this year features such items as a Piper Colt aircraft, an International 8.5 header and also an 8630 John Deere tractor. This sale must be highly recommended as the majority of the machinery items listed are near new. Any prospective buyer would be well advised to inspect this outstanding display of farm equipment and sundry items.
Hello there, Mark Bailey. The Water Resources Commission is investigating the possible use of its large dams by aircraft capable of landing on water. Have a tremendous weekend. I'm for the weekend, so I'll see you again Monday evening. Mark Bailey, good night.
Recent releases from Toyota, now on display at Gilbro. The magic new T18 Macho Machine and the sleeker than ever Celica. Soon these are to be joined by two further new releases. To make way for the expected rush on these new models and the build-up of new trades, Gilbro have reduced prices on all current used stock for a sudden death sellout. Church, good night.
The regional news is compiled by Area News and the MTN News Service. It's time now for your weekly stock market report.
Good evening. Griffith Associated Agents yarded 576 cattle at Wednesday's cattle sale. It was 202 less than last week and comprised 487 steers, vealers and yearlings, 57 cows, 12 bulls and 20 stores. Buyers were offered a good selection of number 4 finished cattle in the local trade section, but export numbers, particularly cows, were restricted. Competition for local cattle was not as keen as last week and an easing off of some $50 to $20. Best local trade steers made to $372.50, yearlings $326.50, steer vealers $290.50 and heifers $180. The 57 cows on offer were mainly medium to heavy weights of generally number 4 finish, and these sold at rates comparable to last week. Export prices included bulls to $630.50, heavy cows $354.50, medium weight bullocks $516.50, light bullocks $435, and boning or number 3 finished steers $350. 8,197 sheep were yarded today, and this was 2,134 less than last week, and comprised 5,132 lambs and hoggets, 2,403 sheep, and 662 stores. Quality was only fair, and buyers were offered a limited selection of heavy lambs of number 4 finish. The bulk of the yarding comprised light lambs of generally number 3 finish. Competition was again particularly for light lambs, and these were eagerly sought after by rice growers to put on the banks. Best heavy lambs sold at firm rates, with light lambs showing a slightly dearer trend. Some prices noted included woolly lambs to $26.50, hoggets $24.25, and shorn lambs $24.85. The yarding comprised a good selection of mutton of all weights and grades. Competition was again keen and values were firm as compared with last week. Mutton prices noticed included heavy spring-shorn crossbred wethers, $22. Spring-shorn crossbred ewes, $19.45. Autumn-shorn merino ewes, $23. And heavy early spring-shorn merino wethers, $25. In the store section, first cross ewes 1 year October shorn made $36.25, and 5-year-old first cross ewes October shorn $24.75. August-September drop lambs shorn October made $15.15 to $17.20, and from $12.20 to $15.05 for the wethers. And that concludes this evening's stock market report.
Be watching again at the same time next week on Channel 9.
Premiering Friday night at 7:30 is Project UFO, a new series for 6, 8 and 9 which dramatises official cases from the files of Project Blue, the US Air Force unit assigned to investigate UFO sightings. 30% of all sightings remain unexplained. Project UFO, premiering Friday night at 7:30. Each Monday to Friday, the Progressive Business Houses of Wellington invite you to join them for the 6, 8 and 9 1:30 news brief, informing you of the latest world, national and local news. The 1:30 news brief, letting you know what's happening earlier.
Mr. Rossi, the housewife's friend, back with more red-hot specials from the grocery and liquor departments. 2-litre Goldcrest cordials, 99 cents. 680-gram Chocobox dog food, 3 for $1. 200-gram Copper Kettle coffee, $3.09. 750-gram Vita Brits, 79 cents. 750ml Bacardi rum, $10.99. And 4.5-litre Wynns wine cask, $4.49. Save a bundle. Shop at Rossi's Tucker Bag Supermarket.
Good evening and welcome to Channel 9 News. I'm Dave Stewart. A Griffith company has won a contract to supply Saudi Arabia with non-alcoholic wine and has entered the export market to America. A San Bernardino wine spokesman said the first shipment of Castella wine had already been made to Saudi Arabia. He says prospects appear good for continuing business with that country. A spokesman says the Saudi Arabians are looking for a drink that is both sophisticated and yet does not contrive their religious belief of abstinence from alcohol. Castella wine is a unique drink which is fully fermented with the alcohol removed. The spokesman says the drink has been well accepted in Saudi Arabia and the long-term business prospects with that country appear good. Meanwhile, the company has exported 16,000 litres of wine to New York. It is the start of regular shipments that will be undertaken every 2 months. Wadeshire Council has decided to shelve for 2 years the major changes to Griffith's Main Street, Banner Avenue. This follows public opposition that resulted in a petition signed by more than 4,000 people protesting the proposal. Councillor Simpson told the council this week that the proposal had received a public reaction, the like which had probably not been seen before in the Shire. He said the petition had been a spontaneous rejection of the council's plans. The council had planned to introduce traffic lights at 2 intersections, provide rear-to-curb parking and reduce the width of the median strip. It had also planned to close Kuyu Street south of Banner Avenue to Banner Lane and make it a cul-de-sac for parking a mall or a plaza. Councillor Simpson said that during the 2-year period, other plans to improve traffic flow, such as the extension of Yamble Street, should continue. He said the council should have discussions with the Department of Main Roads, but this should not be allowed to alter the decision. Mr. Jim Taylor, member for Temora, has addressed Parliament about the economical difficulties farmers and their need to protect themselves against future droughts. One of the problems, Mr. Taylor said, is to try to recognise the economic difficulties of the rural sector. And despite the fact that last year that many farmers in the sector had record wheat crops, the level of business activities in some towns in the area during May, June and July had been low. Mr. Taylor accepts that freight costs and charges are always increasing and believes the fact remains that if a farmer does not produce a profitable crop, he finds it difficult to exist. A seminar on industrial assistance provided by the Department of Decentralisation is to be held at Leeton Soldiers Club on Thursday the 4th of October. The object of the seminar is to fully inform local government councils of the range and extent of assistance provided through the County Industries Assistance Act. The Minister for Decentralisation, the Honourable Jack Hallam, MLC, is concerned to see that the range of assistance available is widely known and understood. A seminar as this is just one more way of demonstrating the concern his administration has for establishing viable industrial development in country regions and particularly industrial development based on natural resources. The seminar will be a true workshop session and there is great confidence that it will enhance the already good working relationship between the department and local government. Firefighters will carry out a burn-off on Scenic Hill, Griffith, within the next 3 weeks to reduce the fire hazard there. Last month, Bush Fire Brigade officials expressed fear that lush undergrowth produced after winter and spring rain could pose a serious fire hazard in the hotter months. Their fears were substantiated last week when a fire, which started at the back of the Wade Shire Council's incinerator, spread and burnt on a 200-metre front. Captain of the Griffith Bush Fire Brigade, Mr. Morris, said yesterday it had taken 1.5 hours to put the fire out. Firefighters had to work with hand packs because the brigade's hoses had not been long enough to reach the fire. Mr. Slingsby said a burn-off would have to be carried out within the next 3 weeks. He said the fire brigade had been hampered in its efforts to burn off because of the recent rain. Wade Shire Council has decided not to continue opening its office at lunchtime. The office was open for a month on a trial basis, but the Shire clerk, Mr. Moore, said on Tuesday that he couldn't see little justification for this continuing. In a report, Mr. Moore said that during the normal closing period of 1 p.m. to 2 p.m, 77 telephone calls were received. 139 people paid rates and 11 others attended for business other than rates payments. The Deputy Shire Clerk had received 1 interview and 1 telephone call. The Engineering Department had received an average of 2 visits a day, and the Health Department had an average of 3 visits a day. Mr. Moore said it was necessary for a senior member of staff to be present at all times, and sometimes this had been difficult to arrange. He said that while there were councils in New South Wales that did open all day, he would get in many instances it was an uneconomical practice. There was little justification in keeping the Wade Shire offices open during the normal lunch period, he said. The Rotary Club of Griffith is promising a bigger and street carnival this year with a trip to Fiji for 2 as the first prize in their guessing competition. The club's annual carnival will be on the 13th of November in Kuyu Street. A club spokesman, Mr. Bill Holton, says preparations are already well in hand with the 550 leg hams on order, which will be given away as prizes. He says every section of the carnival will be bigger and better than ever. Profits from the carnival will go to a number of projects, including the Crippled Children's Society, the provision of an overnight accommodation unit at the Griffith Base Hospital, and a tourist promotion film. The club plans to convert a Griffith film to 35mm film so it can be shown in theatres in Australia, New Zealand and New Guinea, as well as Fiji. Well, that concludes this evening's edition of the Channel 9 News, but stay tuned, we have the weather details coming up very shortly.
The Griffith Trotting Club proudly presents their next race meeting under lights this Saturday evening, the 6th of October. The 6-race program gets underway at 7:45 and they'll be betting on metropolitan and local trotting. Dining room facilities and publican's booth will be available on the course. This season, the Trotting Club are conducting 2 awards, the Horse of the Year and the Driver Trainer of the Year. Don't miss trotting at its best this Saturday night. Under lights at Dalton Park.
Once again, your store, the Griffith Co-op, brings you the chance to win a fabulous Ansett holiday in Travel Mania 79. Great specials in all departments.
Rinso and Omo, $1.45. Soft and Safe 4-pack toilet roll, 79 cents. Big Sister sliced mushrooms, 39 cents. Excello prunes, 59 cents. And here's 2 Super Sizzlers, Golden Circle sliced beetroot, 17 cents. And Carnation evaporated milk, 19 cents.
Play Travel Mania at your store, the Griffith Co-op. Watch for the draws Tuesday on Channel 9.
And now it's time for Graham Stevenson's weather report.
Good evening. Quite a change in the New South Wales weather pattern since last we spoke, and for the first time in quite a while tonight we can show you a state map that produced rain just about everywhere. Forecast for tomorrow, some scattered showers, certainly overnight and again through the day. Rather cool throughout with fresh easterly winds, moderate seas and a low to moderate swell. The temperatures 14 to 18 for the city, 12 to 19 for Liverpool.
Now look at the maximum and minimum temperatures. Lake Jelligo, a maximum of 20, no minimum reported. For Griffith, 21 and 11. Hay, 21 and 10, Hillston 22 and 11, Narandra 22, 12, Wagga 21 and 7, for West Wyalong only a minimum of 10 reported. and for Leeton 21.6 and 10.4. No rainfall except for Leeton, 1.1 millimetre, and the Leeton data was presented courtesy of the Yanko Agricultural College and Research Centre. Now we move on to the forecasts for the Riverina and MIA. A cool night, a few morning fogs, fine mild to warm day and light winds. The further outlook, warmer, showers developing on Sunday. The forecast maximum tomorrow, 21 degrees. For the central west slopes and plains, a few showers clearing to dry tomorrow, morning fog patches, light to moderate southeast to northeast winds, and the further outlook, warmer days unsettled on Sunday. And for the lower western, a cool night, morning fog patches, fine warm day and light. Further outlook, warm to hot Saturday, ahead of a change on Sunday. That concludes this evening's Channel 9 weather details.
The regional news is compiled by the Area News, the West Wyalong Advocate and the MTN 9 News Service.
Hello kids, it's Uncle Mark here. You know, for every $2 you spend at the Hot Chick, they'll give you a lucky ticket. And every last Friday of the month, a lucky draw right here on Birthday Book. Someone is going to receive a free party for 15 playmates and Mum and Dad. Drop into the Hot Chick and find out all about it.